Hello dear friends, I'm Peter, and I want to share with you a story that has always inspired me deeply. It's the story of Daniel, a man who showed incredible faith and courage in the face of danger. As I walked with Jesus and later shared his message, I often thought about those faithful servants of God who trusted him no matter what. Daniel's story is especially powerful because it reminds us how God watches over us, even in the darkest times. So, let me tell you what happened to Daniel in the land of Babylon. I imagine Daniel standing before the king. This man was faithful and prayed to his God every day, no matter the rules. The rulers in Babylon grew jealous and tricked the king into signing a decree that said anyone who prayed to any god or man except the king himself would be thrown into a den of lions. This was no small threat. Lions were fierce creatures, and no man would survive such a punishment. Yet Daniel did not stop praying. I, Peter, admire that courage more than words can say. Daniel's faith was unshaken because he knew God was with him. When they caught Daniel praying, they brought him to the king. The king was troubled, for he respected Daniel, but the law was the law. So, Daniel was tossed into the dark den where the lions waited. How must Daniel have felt? Fear, surely, but also peace that only comes from trust in God. Imagine the silence of that night, the growls around him, yet Daniel remained calm. I find hope in this part of the story because it reminds me how God is our refuge even when the world seems against us. As the night stretched on in that lion's den, I, Peter, imagined Daniel's heart steady and his spirit firm. Suddenly, as daybreak painted the sky with light, the king hurried to the den, calling out to Daniel with hope and fear tangled together. To everyone's astonishment, Daniel answered. The lions had not harmed him. Not even a scratch. God's mighty hand was upon him, protecting his faithful servant from harm. The king's relief was immense. He ordered Daniel to be lifted out, still safe and sound, and then gave commands that all should respect the God who had saved Daniel. This story, dear friends, speaks deeply to me about the power of unwavering faith. I, Peter, have faced storms and trials in my own journey, and like Daniel, I have found that God's protection is real and steadfast. Trusting him in our struggles brings a peace that surpasses all understanding. I want you to remember that God's eyes never leave those who love him. Even when danger surrounds us, he is our shield. Daniel's courage was rooted in this truth. He was unafraid because God was with him. Let us then hold tight to our faith, no matter the challenges, knowing that God fights for us. May this story inspire you to be brave and faithful, trusting that God is always near, ready to deliver and guide. Let your hearts be strong in the Lord and courageous in your walk with him. I, Peter, encourage you to stand firm and live boldly for God's glory. You can find this powerful story preserved for us in the book of Daniel, chapter 6. Thank you for spending this time with me, dear friends. If this story has touched your heart, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you're supporting me to continue sharing these powerful Bible stories and spreading God's word. Together, let's keep walking in faith. May God bless you richly.